Waiting for you
I don't want to hug. I swear you look like me when I need a hug.
I just like my mom.
And we are online on YouTube. Lit. Nice. Hold on. Let me spotlight myself.
Probably used to pay like $4,000 a month in rent and had like everything. Hold on. What's up?
Could you mute yourself? LOL. How do I spotlight people?
You click the 3 dots next to their video and click spotlight.
That's hella funny because like I'm not seeing 3 dots next to LOL. Here we go. We did it.
Woo!
Yeah. Hello everybody. Welcome to the Oakland Poetry Slam. My name is Reggie and I will be your host tonight. Tonight we have a little special treat. We're doing an open mic. It's been a while since Oakland Slam did an open mic. It's been since like before quarantine. So, you know, we got our wide open mic. We got some amazing performers and we got a top-notch feature. Lit. But before we begin, I got some ground rules. First, for you, the audience, sitting at home, yes, there are rules for you, rules that need to be abided by in order for this to run smoothly. First, I need you to like and share and subscribe on whatever platform you may be on, whether it is YouTube or Facebook or YouTube, because those are the 2 platforms we're on. But yeah, you want to stay connected with us. We do multiple events a month, and we are not the only show that we throw on these channels. So you want to be connected to amazing art in the community. So check us out. But also, don't just sit there and like and share and subscribe. Comments. Put stuff in the comment section. You know, the more love that you show us, the more love we feel. You know, we can't really check the chat as like the stream goes, but I know I go back and look at these videos and look at the comments and I'm like, oh, they really fucked with that poem. Oh, like they're hella nice up in this chat. Like it really warms my heart and it'll warm the hearts of the other performers if you show your love in the comment section. So keep that lit, active, and live. And then show more love than you would if it was in person, because we're not here, we can't see you, so you got to be extra fucking loud. So that's the rules for you sitting at home. Next, for the performers, we have an amazing lineup of folks, but y'all got rules too. It's not a slam, so you can do what you want. You can do poetry, you can do music, you can dance. We've had people come in with a djembe before. There was a nigga with a saxophone before quarantine. So like, it's really anything. You could sit here and stare at me for the time that is allotted. I would be scared and very thrown off by such behavior, but you are allowed to do that. So it's really up to you. But you do have a time limit. Your time limit is 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it gets really awkward because I can't like play you off stage with music like I normally would at a show. I just have to mute your Zoom, which is weird and awkward. And I'm weird and awkward without having to mute people. So please don't make me do that, because like it's gonna feel extra personal because I gotta do it myself this time. It's not even gonna be somebody else muting you for me. So like I can't even like disconnect myself from the muting. It's just gonna be awkward all around. So please don't go over 5 minutes. Or I'm gonna cry, you're gonna cry, we're all gonna cry. It's not gonna be cute. This makeup is not waterproof, so please respect the time. And then of course, show love in the chat. You know, if you hear something you like, give your give your ahs. You know, show maximum love, more love than you would in person, because we can't see you, we can't hear you during while we're performing, but we can look back later. So be loud, be proud, be extra in the comment section. And remember that we are being live streamed. And while this is a freedom of speech zone and you can say and do whatever you want on this open mic tonight, that does not mean, that does not give you free reign to be an asshole. Like if you're doing and saying and interacting with the space in ways that are problematic, I do not feel terrible for cutting you off or for removing you from the Zoom. I know everybody here, so I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I am contractually obligated to remind y'all that we are being live streamed, and that just be mindful of what you're saying and who you could be affecting, because this is a larger platform. And also be mindful, because I don't want Zuckerberg to take us down for no apparent reason. Oh my God, you're going to be the reason we get taken down, Tino. But yeah, but most importantly, have fun. This is open mic. Do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Normally we have judges for slams, but it's an open mic, so like no rules for the judges. If you showed up to judge, thank you for being here. You are amazing. Supporting local art like that, you know, that's lit. That's litty like a titty. But y'all are not here to hear me make terrible rhymes. You are here to have listen to other people make better rhymes, and they will be performing in this order. We got Nicole, then we got Tino, then we got Prophet, then we got our feature, then we have Colin and Chardonnay, and then Vaughn. So yeah, we got a stacked night tonight. So I'm just gonna get this G thing started, get it crack-a-lackin', poppin', and on deck. We have Tino, but give maximum love to the first poet in the open mic. Give it up for Nicole.
Woo! Hello, everyone. So I have 2 poems for y'all. Both are from Oakland Writing Workshop, so shout out to the Writing Workshop. I'm sure it will be plugged later on too. So this is the first one. It's called Derek, after Morgan Parker's poem called Matt. Meet Derek, my ex-boyfriend, my ex-guy who I had a fling with. Derek, who says he is a former player, but only with a girl to call a trophy on his arm. If you've ever introduced yourself to me and I got lost in your smile, your name must be Derek. Because you know just how to smile, hide your danger behind your teeth, and get exactly what you want. I humor Derek and have a conversation because he smells of IPAs, and I am too drunk to forget that I hate IPAs. So Derek brags about his job, or how close he is to his family, or something mild to impress me. Derek buys 2 more IPAs, and I pass it back to the bartender when Derek is distracted, because Derek never bothered to ask what I drink, and I will never be too drunk to forget that I hate IPAs. Derek talks over me as he says how he has a thing for quiet girls. When he stops talking long enough to take a drink, he asks what I do, expecting it to fill the time it takes him to swallow. But he spits as soon as he finds out I'm a strong woman, and the game changes. I've become his conquest, not his arm candy. I smile, and he thinks it is for him, but it is because I know this game well, and I know I will not be his Friday night conquest. But Derek doesn't realize he is not the first one to try and rename me after himself. So I know all his games, but play along anyways. My tone will not surrender to his, and he stops to tell me he loves strong women. Derek will try and become any guy the same way he molds me into any woman. She is quiet, so he likes quiet girls. She is loud and unapologetic, so he says he likes confident women. She wears resting bitch face as her favorite accessory, and he says he likes his women tough. I am all of hers, and Derek is none of these. Derek just wishes to find a girl to bring home. The $16 Uber ride for her makes it well worth his time. But I have met too many Dereks. I know all the rules to his little games, even the ones he doesn't tell me. I know just how this will play out if I play along. And I am too much of a strong, confident woman to let myself follow another Derek home just for mediocre dick and a forgotten name. I can get off all on my own, and it is my name I scream, not his. So that's the first one.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Snaps on that, sis.
Thank you. And this second one is a very different note, but also from a workshop, and it's how I was feeling today. Before me, there was my mother. I imagine my mother lacing up her track shoes, catches the eye of my father. He is a slacker, but proactive when it comes to girls. He introduces himself, but omits the fact that he is cutting class, and a track meet is the only place he can go without getting in trouble. I'm sure my mother ignored him. She, just like I would be, requires strict focus before a big meet. I wonder if she even remembered his name or glanced out at the bleachers before her event. But afterwards, he tries again, omits more details like his age or his last name or where he lives or the cat running around the living room. I'm sure he still loved his Mustang more than her, picked her up in it just to impress her. I'm sure afterwards my mother lied about who she was with. Overbearing parents and lying kids is a repeating pattern after all. Before my father, she has plans. Graduate and be a Sun Devil, have a career in journalism. The acceptance packet, not the rejection letter. Finally, a date to escape home just like I would years later. 18 comes before graduation. Her, just like I would do, pack up and move in with someone else, but go about life as if nothing has changed. And for a while, I'm sure my mother enjoyed it. The freedom, the boy she was crazy about, him taking care of the bills, until it all changes. One morning, finding out that young, exciting, and no need to plan changes. Suddenly, there is a plus sign before it becomes a person. There is an ultrasound before it becomes a panic. My mother rationalizes by telling the ultrasound tech she has always wanted to be a mother. I wonder if he ever wanted to be a father. She celebrates a final high school fun, prom, takes mandatory photos with my father and pretends it is just the two of them. I wonder if she realized this was the only photo her daughter would have of the three of them. I wonder if we both wish there were more photos of the three of us. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Nicole. Everybody give it up for Nicole. Yes. Lit. Thank you so much for both of those pieces. You're amazing as always. We're gonna move right along on deck. We have the hip hop prophet. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up to the open mic. Give it up for Tino.
Woo!
How's it going, everybody? Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Happy quarantine. End of Leo season. Fortunate on that last end.
It's over.
It's almost over. It's almost over. I believe tomorrow is like the last night. You know, yeah. But it's time for Beyonce season, honestly.
Oh my God.
The Virgos, the Beyoncés of the Zodiac signs. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Zodiac. We're here to talk about poetry. This is an oldie but a goodie. Oof. Hold on a second. Mute that. I hope there are enough bones in my words to hold themselves steady. The San Andreas fault line prepared them for something of this magnitude. They will shake but never misremember the stomping grounds I blossomed from, that feel like someone else's lifetime ago, of someone's old Nike strung on pigeon cords in deep East Oakland. I hope the sun hangs there over those cords and never ages. I hope for a freeze frame of a time when everyone was under their own ceiling, as the children commemorate on their closest corner with a busted fire hydrant and call it a swimming pool. I know the joy back then was enough to fertilize the front lawns for the flowers and produce in our gardens. I hope who's ever alive between these words are alive because I am a result of the legacy, that they always grant me guidance. Death is rogue, but the final route, so we can still turn stones while they're still alive and pay respect to all the ghosts that come and go. This is still their home too, as much as it is mine. There's a lifetime spent worth living here and honoring the dead, like it's a duty to fall in the cycle. I'm just starting my ancestor work early. My words, duty written, warrior ready. I am not dead on arrival, just always familiar with its presence. I hope these words make a ghost of me. I hope these bones are the only words I have when I'm gone, that my body is compost enough to be claimed by soil. Some time ago, I buried my heart under the roots of an oak tree, said this is where I will stand. Long after I fall, I am done wrestling with my purpose in this world. I'm just going to keep giving back even after I'm gone, and I'm sorry if that comes off as selfish. I come from a city where bodies were dropped from the gates of my school. I'm just wary of how much infinity is snuffed from us. Of all the breath we draw and is still not heard today. I promise I would own each breath because this work is never done. I hope you keep writing. I hope you die with ink still spilling from you, seeking revenge, the truth, raw in your throat, so when the autopsy comes, they won't know what to make of your eternity. I hope you make this your final choice, even if they try to rob it from you. And trust me, they will always try to rob it from you. They won't ever unearth you unless you let them. I hope you still blossom in your metaphor. Hope you sign yourself into everyone's memory. Hope someone honors your ink and makes a painting, a canvas, a mural out of you. I hope you cradle your writing, you grind across tectonic plates. Your bones are always ready for this aftermath. Hope you stitch your story in the sky out of reach. All dead poets, a symmetry of their life told in their truth. Keep writing. There's that one.
Woo!
I like that poem a lot.
Gang, 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 gang.
It's like one of my favorites. And I haven't read this poem in a minute. This one's more of my depressing, slower shit. But I like this one a lot too. I found this word and I really like it, and I try to describe it more than the words that were given because yeah. Hiraeth. The soul grows sick of lamenting of all the things it cannot cross off its to-do list. On a page that expands forever, I scribble instructions I need to construct our home. My writing is always imperfect, wary of the space I expect will run out, but my hands heavy with lead are ready for the task. I've imagined spending my lifetime being the oak wood scaffold. Perhaps it would all get done one day, but I'm not too busy feeding the termites. I'll find a way to hold it up properly. My father, first of his name, my name as well, showed me this is how we wield our manhood properly, how we use our hands and not weaponize them for violence, but this will be my gift for us. I promise you, you'll have a window on a second-story building facing the rising sun. I dream this to be my apology for a country that never wanted you here in the first place, a home, somewhere to return to, and feel a little less ill after the migration you've undergone, where your body finds meal without the means for violence. Like home will cease to be fleeting. Like someday we will have somewhere to return to. No drought, fertile soil, a proper foundation, enough season and rain for our garden. We will labor there too. I hope this is a compensation for the duty callous souls that know the work necessary for our survival. If I could, I would snap the handcuffs from my father that day. Call that the most romantic gesture. These hands can build and break in the same act.
Woo!
That's all I got for right now. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna pass it over to Reggie and I'm gonna finish my chow fun later, y'all.
Oh my God, keep that round of applause going for Tino. Yes. You know, send that man love, not like, he's the love of my life or anything. So I'm very unbiased about it, as I should be as a host. Lit, thank you so much, Tino, for those beautiful words. Lit, we are going to chug it right along. But before I continue, if you liked anything that you heard so far, you should like donate so we can keep doing shows like this. We are the Oakland Poetry Slam. We are a event that is run by Rich Oak Events, a program of Bay Area creative. That's a lot of ofs. But yeah, we are a group of like 6 people that are running 7 events a month and 7 writing workshops a month. And at all of our events, we try to figure out ways to pay artists, whether it's through features, whether it's through slam prizes, whether it's through showcases. But we believe in paying our artists, we believe in paying our features, we believe in paying our venues, we believe in circulating the money that we make through arts back into artist communities. Because if that money leaves the artist community, then there's no way to keep the artist community alive, because this entire country works on money. So if you would like to help us keep the Bay Area art scene alive, especially during COVID, you can donate. There are several ways you can donate. You can always shoot us a little cashy cash on Venmo or Cash App. Our Cash App is Rich Oak Events. Our Venmo is at Rich Oak Slam. And I will at some point put that in our chats. Yeah, but you should do the thing where you donate and help us. But Reggie, what if I want to do more than just the thing and want to do several things and donate monthly, so you have an ongoing monthly income that you can count on to be able to budget for the shows that you do? I am so glad you asked such a specific question that highlights the importance of monthly donations, random person. We have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/richoakevents, you can donate monthly. Like the stranger said, when you donate monthly, you allow us to have a monthly income that we can count on, that gives us the power to do big boy things like plan, budget, and grow. So I would like to shout out all of our patrons that are helping us out with all of the work that we do. I like to shout out first and foremost the patrons that are supporting the Allen Bluford Center. I'd like to hold on, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to shout out the patrons that are supporting our the Allen Bluford Center, Sarah O'Connell and Alice Grimm. I'd also like to shout out the patrons that are supporting our writing workshops, Jessica Kozakic and Nakia Williams, as well as our patrons that have become regulars at our show by donating more than like $7 a month, I believe. We got Emily Chow, Calla Lily, and Renee Edmonds. If you'd like to join our list of amazing sponsors, you can go to patreon.com/richoakevents to donate. Monthly, you can donate anywhere from $2 a month to $100 a month. So any donation you make goes right back into running these shows, making sure that we are able to pay our artists, pay our features, and pay the people that are helping to run the show, because paying your staff is just as important as paying your artists. Yeah, that being said, we're gonna keep this thing going right along. On deck, we got our feature, and if you don't know who our feature is, you gonna learn today. But give maximum love. I fucked that up. I know I fucked that up. Was that right?
No, that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was right. Hey, lit. Yeah, so on deck we got our feature, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up in this open mic. Give it up for Prophet.
What's up, everybody? Y'all can hear me okay?
Yee.
All right, word. I am glad to be here at the Oaktown Poetry Slam. As a Richmond dude with a pops from Oakland, I love, I love the town and I love sharing space with the town and its people. And yeah, I had some new stuff that I wanted to do, but I didn't finish it. And I refused to do some unfinished new stuff. Like next time you see me, oh, it's finna be lit because I'm gonna finish that John. But I'm gonna do some kind of old shit, but not like super old. me. You know what? I'm gonna open it up to a vote. Y'all want to hear some autobiographical, I'm making it through the struggle shit, or some political, like burn down the system shit.
Put us on the struggle bus.
Autobiographical.
I was gonna say, why not both?
Burn
Okay.
down the system and is an autobiography.
Burn down your autobiography.
I got the perfect poem for you, nigga. All right. The gentrification of Richmond's impatiently waiting to get us debating our place in it, facing evictions from basis and racist intentions, replacing the tenants through rates so ridiculous. Pay these outrageously plaintiff expenses or vacants the fate of the place where you stay. Split with no wages or representation that give us a way to live in the bay. Prayers for those who believe it, but not on these streets where the heathens are bleeding, deceased from a beef that precedes them, policing that beats them till weakness is weeded, and all hope is fleeting. My city has pride with a purpose. It's highly deserted. From nightly disturbance, nobody to serve us. Our lives have been worthless. Violence is surging. We die or survive in the gutter with urgency, hustling for currency, earning G's daily. It's crazy. The same hood that loved me and made me can hate me and one day might murder me. And first degree, certainly. I've suffered through the toughest trouble maladjusted youth. I've seen fiends with scuffed up shoes, puffing fumes of drugs or booze, but hard times and struggle got a funny way of humbling you. When the crime rate wave one time, gon' parade day through all the blocks you was raised in. Gotta find your way, cause they lying in wait, decaying on this grindstone pavement. Never let them take your mind, keep your heart light. Through all of the fire and dark nights, though the ghetto's a hell of a hard life, and nobody acknowledges our plight on corners with niggas that turned into savages. Souls deformed by significant poverty's damages. Look at the images. Cities are ravaged through feds, a sick and sadistic, they bust when they capture you. The road to survival's a hassle that tackles you. So we find hope in religious figures that shackle youth. Revolution is imminent struggle in bundles. Fighting death and imprisonment, walk through the jungle. Revolution is imminent struggle in bundles. Fighting death and imprisonment, walk through the jungle. I come from a slum that was almost defeated. The wicked I've witnessed, you'd hardly believe it. It's a cycle where death is more constant than rain. By the way, shots will spray the Lord coming today. Why did the bank take my house away? Work 3 jobs to stay, but rent high in the bay. See my fam full of pimps, pushers, and preachers. Hustlers out grinding, panthers and teachers. Working so hard, the clock hands are bleeding. Had hella friends, but so few call me when needed. Homeless, I struggled alone in the jungle. Roaming the stone when most others would crumble. Rose to be humbled, my throne is the rubble. My home is with those that chose to be troubled with holding me up. I owe them eternally much. I know I can trust. For sure, I was raised on blocks hot with game. I've seen blocks cocked and aimed, body shot and left dropped in flames. Near a nocturnal train, blood-stained tears, cops and chains. Somebody is discarding charring remains. Felonious monks are holding a pump. My community's molding to dust. Why? Because it's hopeless as fuck. Most of us stuck in most potent of ruts tell me why my whole block is writhing in pain. It's not going to change. My cousin was shot in the brain. 3 years later, my brother psychotically slain. A block from my cousin insane. Is the logic of fate. Justice does not come in play, and it never did, not to this day. So my mama ain't safe. I'm psychologically scathed. How do I plot and escape from these corners with menaces turned into savages? Souls deformed by significant poverty's damages. Look at the images. Cause my city was ravaged through feds. A sick and sadistic, they bust when they capture you. The road to survival's a hassle that tackles you. We find hope in political figures that shackle youth. Revolution is imminent struggle in bundles. Facing death and imprisonment, walk through the jungle. Revolution is imminent struggle in bundles. Facing death and imprisonment, walk through the jungle. Thank you.
Woo!
Hey.
Yeah. Hit that shit, bro.
Keep that round of applause going for Prophet. Yes. Liz.
Appreciate the love, y'all.
Give me 2 seconds while I get something fixed with the stream. Yeah. Let me just like I'm gonna put a beat to that and I might start twerking.
Remix.
Lit. Okay. Everything is fixed. Everything is cool. I was mad fucking tripping because a nigga cannot read. Isn't that a shame? Like I'm a poet. I run poetry events, and a nigga cannot read.
Okay, J. Cole.
Wow.
I'm an educator.
What? Did you say something about me being an educator that I can't read? Yeah, mind your business. But because our business is not whether or not I can read. Although, it should be my business because I'm about to read this bio. Our business is our feature. Our feature tonight is Yaw Kyeremateng. Let me tell you something. If you don't know who this man is, you should learn. First time I met this man was at Nationals 2018, and I had the misfortune of being a rookie poet at my first Nationals, and my second bout was against Yaw's team, DPL. And I have never been so honored to get my ass handed to me in a slam. Handed to me. Because I can't remember that night too clearly because I was really, a young poet. Inebriated. Don't tell my coach that. Don't tell my coach that. But I don't remember whether or not we went in the same round. I do remember I was mad when you went up. I was like, well, fuck it. Like, I don't give a fuck what the scores are. Your team got it. Whatever. It's done. It's done. But even that, like, does not do justice. I gotta read this bio because the sheer amount of stuff that this man has done, like, I can't even begin to, like, process. So let me read this bio. Yaw is a Ghanaian artist residing in Los Angeles. Yaw is a writer, educator, and author of the poetry collection Unveiling the Trauma. He is an activist and advocate who connects to his audience through poetic storytelling on topics related to identity, family, and immigration. Yaw is a 2011 National Collegiate Speech and Debate runner-up in poetry interpretation.
Wow.
Ooh, goddamn.
Spicy.
Wow. 2017 Individual World Poetry Slam finalist. 2018 Individual World Poetry Slam finalist. 2018 Exit 36 Poetry Festival champion. A 2018 National Poetry Slam runner-up. God, that was an insane final stage that year. Yaw is currently a Oh, I know that is not the right.
I think that's what that is.
Yeah. Cool. Because I know that like some of this is inaccurate because you had a feature at Berkeley Sun last week. And
Thank you. Yes.
What position they have?
was formerly a professor and director of speech and debate at Concordia University Irvine. And that's an accomplishment because personally, I'm a college dropout, so I can't profess shit or direct shit. But additionally finds joy in being a professional laughter and a rooted dancer with speciality in Afrobeats and West African tribal dance. If you haven't seen this man's TikToks, let me tell you, this man can dance. On stage, Yaw becomes his stories, channels every word through time and space to give an audience a cathartic experience. I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you have your edges slicked back and your wigs picked down, but if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You saw Clement, you saw the bio, you should have known what you were in for, but I need you, whatever you do to prepare, you need to give maximum 1000% love to our feature tonight. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of that. Let me see if I can pin my video. I'd be so. Where we go? Oh, I can't. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Oh, perfect. Let me do this instead. Okay. What's up, everybody? I'm glad to be back again. I feel like I'm back in the same space. So I'm trying to remember the poems I did two weeks ago. I don't remember. So I know I think I did Beyonce. I did Black Bible, but I'm gonna read some poems from Unveiling the Trauma chapbook. Thank you so much for everybody that's already read. Y'all were phenomenal. So, you know what? I'm gonna just go to the first one. I haven't read this poem in a while. This poem is called "How to Be Me." I just feel like, I get so many comments that of people telling me, "Man, yeah, I wish I was you. I wish I was you." And I'm just like, okay. Anyway, how to be me. Don't. I'm a mess. No, for real. Like, I scream at myself alone in my car for missing a goddamn exit. And then I'm mad for the remainder of the day for screaming at myself in the car alone for missing a goddamn exit. See, a mess. But if you insist, if you are obsessed with sucking the Holy Spirit out of a body, then so be it. Help yourself. Swallow as much of me as humanly possible. Wait, please don't forget. Do not forget to take my baggage with you. Don't leave me with all its heaviness, sometimes too hard to bear, sometimes my father's unforeseen passing, sometimes my cousin's undoing of his own soul, my brother's last breath 2 minutes after he was born. How to be me? Don't fucking do it. Don't. Breathe, stop breathing, collect your heartbeat into a ball of panic, call it anxiety, eat until your body becomes hungry, starve until you're full of its remnants, until all of you starts to feel restless. Don't worry, you won't die. Not yet. Not as long as you crave your own bloody smell. So smile while you eat. Laugh as you walk upside down, your feet hovering in the air, your head treading the face of the ground just to survive. Don't. Remember how it hurt. Don't. Dream of recuperating. Don't. Vomit the residue. Don't. Become a survivor. How to be me. Believe, bestow upon you restored faith. Be honest beyond reason, even if truth is a liar. Be affectionate without regret, even if love is a dagger. How to be me. Be aware of the fire. Burn in all your glory until your ashes become melody. until your song is recited as poetry for strangers who are here for the healing. So that's the first poem. That's the first poem. Yes. I'm gonna do a poem. I'm gonna go in on Carolyn Bryant real quick. I know she died, but so have a lot of black people because of her, and we just gonna do it. So it was Emmett Till's birthday. Emmett Till is a Leo gang. It was Emmett Till's birthday a couple weeks ago. And I always like remember this poem, or like when people die before they're actually supposed to die. It's 1955, and a white woman yells in the courtroom, accuses 14-year-old Emmett Till of his own death. It is 2017, and Carolyn Bryant, now 82 years old, finally admits to lying about Emmett like we didn't already know. To this day, she has lived Emmett's lifespan 6 times over, says, "I'm sorry," and expects God to grant forgiveness. And maybe God forgives. But if she arrives in heaven and God is a black boy, would she still have an apology to give? Or would she tell a lie on the Most High and hope the KKK is around to kill him too? Should she arrive in the pearly gates of heaven and the creator of all things is a black boy, would she still believe in God? Or would she clutch her privilege and dial 911 in fear of her precious soul? Oh, Carolyn, mother to a long line of liars whose white tears have wiped out black blood to protect your bloodline, some birthright you pass down to your daughters, and your daughters' daughters proclaim they're not their ancestors' crimes, but still lust in the benefits of your harvest. It is 2020, and false accusers, descendants of your white lie, still blame black boys for crimes they didn't commit, still call cops on black men for crimes we didn't commit, crimes fabricated by pressed white women, says, I panicked, says, I didn't mean to, says, I promise, says, I'm sorry. Just the other day, Emmett's memorial was riddled with bullets by 3 white boys. Did your sorry shield the shot? Can regret resurrect the lynched boy? She says, I'm sorry, but does not mention the black boy's name. Carolyn, I hope your withering bones creak his name, Emmett, till his memory is ground into your marrow. Till innocent, murdered black boys everywhere can finally rest in peace. So there's that. How are we doing? Are we good? Are we good? Are we feeling good?
Ooh, good.
I was gonna say something else, but let me just go to this next poem. I haven't read this poem. I have not read since I wrote it. Actually, I haven't read this poem out loud. It's called Trauma, and you know how we be letting our trauma like get the best of us. It's like we always say we're not a trauma, but that shit is strong as hell. So here's this poem. It's called Trauma. I have been traveling the depths of the earth with my trauma. All these years, all these months, all these bruises, faint enough for the world to ignore, stitched with lust for my flesh to forever feel its fiery groan, its itch, ready to burst out, to remind me of who I am, where I've been, how many times it took to remember a time when I was touched, not by an angel, but by being in the right place at the wrong time. I've heard where there is family, there is safety. but not in this story, not in this poem, not in this body, plastered in guilt, not when my memory spins in dust and broken glass. When I say I have been traveling the depths of earth with my trauma, what I mean to say is my trauma has been packing its luggage and riding shotgun with me on this journey. A trip I don't recall inviting anyone to. But how can I get rid of the passenger when he looks like a spitting image of me? My trauma looks like a spitting image of me. How can I let him go, drop him off in the middle of nowhere when I'm the other half that gave birth to it, named him, raised and trained him in the way he should go so that when he's old, he will not depart from it, and damn it, I have done a good job nurturing. I know this because I can still hear my breath singing over my lungs. I am fighting every day to not let my trauma be the death of me. But how do you neglect a part of yourself? How do you neglect a part of yourself? How do you neglect a part of yourself that shares your DNA? So that's that poem. It's called Trauma. I'm trying to, you know, we should all try to let go of our trauma because, you know, that shit is like annoying and crazy and lets us down. I just got this book. I got this book that came in yesterday called the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and I'm excited to read it because I feel like I give too many fucks about a lot of things that I shouldn't, you know, give too many fucks about. So let's see. I'm trying to do. Okay, so I introduced myself to this white guy the other day. I went to school in Iowa, by the way. I don't know if it was in my bio. I went to school in Iowa, so I've lived. You know, I tell people I majored in biology, French, and whiteness. Because if you live in Iowa, that shit is a whole major. So I understand whiteness, like I went to school for it. So anyway, so yeah, I introduced myself to this white guy. I told him my name is Yaw, right? And then he said, "Oh, what a cool name. How do you spell that?" So I said Y-A-W, right? To which he responded, "Oh, you mean Yaw?" I meant Yaw, like what the fuck? So when you spilled your name onto my tongue, I did not swallow it. I spit it back out just the way you want it. So why did you regurgitate mine into what you thought was right? In fact, when you introduced yourself to me as Aaron, did I look at your dumb ass and say, "Do you mean Aaron?" And what made you think that you could question the pronunciation of my name? Do you feel that much entitled? And who taught you it was okay to feel this way, to act this way? Did you learn this oppressive behavior? Was it ingrained in you, passed down to you by your white ancestors? Did they provide you with a handbook, 25 ways to displace a Black body? Step 1, question their identity, strip their name, make them forget their worth, their heirs, their roots. Well, guess what, dude? As much as it may feel like it, this is not the 1600s. Our bodies do not belong to you. They are not for you to slit and twitch. Our names are not for you to fix and switch around whenever you please. We will not succumb to your oppression with a blatant or subtle question my identity again. And I swear to God, you will not be ready for what is yet to come. Because what you do not know is that I, Nana Yaw Kyeremateng, come from a long line of West African warriors known as the Akan people, who created a day-naming system to establish peace and unity amongst its people, and decided that all Thursday male-borns will be named Yaw. So yes, there are a multitude of us, birthed and bred in a plethora of tribes, such as the Baule tribe, the Bono tribe, the Wassa, the Fanti, the Achim, the Ache, the Equiapim, the Ashanti tribes, and we are soaked in the blood of our Black African ancestors, Yasantua, Okomfanoche, Mansa Musa, Yasanimuni, Na, Bariasiha, and together we will vanquish anyone who dares disrespect our lineage. So why don't you question my identity? Huh? And this time, we will not let you convince us to trade our African brothers and sisters for your white Jesus. This time, if you take without permission, we will not sit and watch. We will chase after you. Take back that which belongs to us. Make sure you're not doing some fucked up shit on some far away land. So let's try this again. Aaron. Hi, my name is Yaw. So that's that poem. That's that poem. Let me see. How many minutes? Do I have one more? Can I do one more? Where am I with time? I'll just do one more poem, you know. One more poem? Okay. Let's do one more. I'm gonna do a poem about, let me see. Let's do this. Y'all, I know it's 2020. Can y'all hear me? We good? Okay. I think we're good. Okay. I'm gonna do one poem. I know it's 2020, and you know, I think everybody has basically canceled 2020. But you know, I feel like we gotta remember that 2020 is just a number, it's just a date. You know, like I feel like we're all looking forward to 2021, but in my head I'm like, but 2021 is just a date, you know, it's just a number, and that could come with like a whole bunch of, you know, because we were, I think everybody was expecting, like, I thought 2020 was gonna be my year, you know, like I feel like every year we're like, it's gonna be my year, but 2020 was my year. I was like, this is it, but I feel like it still is. So I'm trying to remember joy the same way I remember pain, so my future isn't just built on things that almost killed me. You feel me? I'm gonna say that again. I'm trying to remember joy the same way I remember pain, so my future isn't just built on things that almost killed me. Yeah, somewhere in 20-something, I thought of laying my life in a casket, but somehow I'm still here, praise God. Still standing, still scrying for the demon who tried to make a meal out of my misery, but no more. This time, I am stabbing any type of sadness to death so I can finally ghost my depression. I'm not bothered by the pit or plague or whatever 2020 has to give. I'm too busy trying to live like Prince and love like Princess Diana and grind like Harry King so I don't have to break in spite of the hurricane. I want to be less Cain and more able to reap what I sow. You don't understand. I'm trying to 420 my way through 2020. Lift me a falling star high above every black hole, bind this body into a home, into something whole that laughs triumphantly at the trauma that will come back to tear me down. Hell, I won't be a walking corpse this time, trust. In 2020, I will be prepared for the storm. I will be the thunder that stumps and stomps the storm. You will be the thunder that stumps and stomps the storm. Thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Everybody give it up for Yaw. Yes. Thank you so much. Yaw, how can people support you?
So I have a lot of events like coming up, but if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you will see a lot of stuff, right? So in the next couple months, I'm gonna be posting stuff and sharing stuff and new YouTube account and clothing line, all that. I'm excited. So just follow me at King Yaw. What's my Instagram? At King Yaw _ Ki. I was like, what is this? KINGYAW _
Right.
Yes. Or if you want to follow me on Facebook, you can do that too. That's my whole name. So it's just Yaw Osafo Kantanka Kyeremateng, YAW, or OSAFO KANTANKA. Last name KYEREMATENG. I know that was too fast, but you'll find me if you do Yaw. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yaw. Thank you so much. Let me not even pretend like I had this list out for the rest of this open mic. Let me go ahead and get that. It's on my phone. My phone is a hoe. Okay, lit.
Not a hoe.
Yeah, it is. It's such a hoe. Okay. So on deck.
Not spotlighted yet.
Oh shit. Thank you. I'm doing so much at once right now. I'm not used to doing anything. Let alone one thing, let alone multiple things. So it's
Coronavirus got niggas forgetting how to work.
LOL. So on deck, we got Chardonnay, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up on the stage. Give it up for College.
Woo!
Yo. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
And look at you with that amazing looking shirt.
Shit.
I like that shirt. What size is it?
Medium, nigga. Fuck you mean. If you know, you know. Skinny nigga, bird chest activated. Okay, I'm gonna do a poem. Everybody likes to ask me, Colin, how do you have asthma but you still smoke so much weed? But in my hood, marijuana and smoke aren't what niggas are actually choking on. Here, asthma and cannabis are the dynamic duo. I know more niggas carrying inhalers than Glocks. Albuterol is the only strain we got in rotation. Puff, puff, pass, all our drugs prescription here. My city likes to look at San Rafael across the water. We say something's wrong with them. Like they live in a carefree bubble. It's gotta be something in the air, and it smells like privilege, and privilege smells like clean oxygen, the way the grass is always greener on the other side of the bridge, because over there, even the plants breathe a little bit better. Truth be told, clean air has never been part of my city's history. How do you think niggas got here in the first place? There is no deeply rooted history of blackness in my city. Most families still got living generations that remembers being uprooted from places like Texas, Alabama, Arkansas. The local refinery lured most of our grandparents out of the deep South with promises of wealth from ebony gold. World War II brings in more job opportunities working in the shipyards, and that's when Richmond becomes a black city. When niggas can work an 80-hour work week and only get paid in asbestos, asthma, mesothelioma. My people came here to poison themselves out of poverty, to leave a legacy to future generations just to help fill the air with the same toxins that would kill their children. And I wonder, if my grandmother knew that legacies could kill, would she have migrated here in the first place? Traded charcoal cross for blackened lung? Would she have worked her entire life just to pass down another burden? My inheritance is an oxygen mask, a stuttered breath, hospital visits with calm instructions of breathe in, breathe out. Do you really think this blunt is gonna do shit? My lungs can hold more smoke than a swisher can produce. I've had this cough before I had the habit, trust me. I've been spending most of my life wheezing. Be glad I'm smoking this gas instead of their gas. This is, after all, the cleanest breath I've ever taken. Thank you.
Lit. Woo. Oh my goodness. Give it up for Colin. Yes, yes. Thank you. What the fuck is this? Sorry, my phone was making noise. I don't know what it was. I was really confused. But on deck, on deck, we have Bond, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up. Give it up for Chardonnay. Gang, 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 gang.
Hey, hello, hello. So I was like in the middle of writing something, it's not done, and I didn't figure out what I was actually gonna read. So I'm gonna take like 20 seconds to flip to the thing in here that I really like. Oh, la, la, la. If this is the right. Okay. A prayer. My love for you is deeper than my trauma. Together we wash it away, waves to a sandcastle. Bumbled foundation turned playground, so we can build a blessing for generations to come, curses erased. Let love be the word of God, calling abundance into our home. The layers of self-identified and stripped and blended together, duality tipping into balance. The light in your eyes, the same as mine. Oh, I'm gonna skip that part. A foundation built on love and grounded in generational healing. Our future, a message of security. Yeah, I think that's like the last poem I actually finished. Which is cool, you know, I finished the poem that wasn't about trauma. We love to see it.
We love to see it. Yes.
Yay to no trauma bonding.
You know, like healthy relationships all 2020 and forever. I saw one and then it was gone. See, I could pretend I actually have another poem memorized. Or, oh, okay, I've been like writing a lot about my fears of expressing myself or whatever. And I started this one way back in May. My mother still brags that I wrote pages of letters since age 2, tens of pages of X's and O's that I couldn't wait to read to anyone who would listen. My words were always a blessing until turned against me, a curse of perfection not being enough. See, the only thing I remember from the first time speaking in front of a crowd is the laughter that followed the stutter of my words. My cousin Diane was my first best friend long before I was hers. I admired the way she immediately grabbed attention with her voice and presence. Every woman in our family naturally leads, speaking their mind and not giving a fuck when there's too much of them. When there's so much of them, you don't see the flower. But I've never been woman enough. My femininity drips from my lips, poisoned. How I've longed to push her beneath the waves, but if she goes, I go too. A piece of my destiny is sharing my words, grounded into the voices of every woman before me, kneeling before my altar, forever existing here and there, masculine and feminine. The truth is a fountain. I might actually just like leave that there and like tweak that last sentence a bit. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Chardonnay. Yes.
Woo!
Keep that round of applause going. For Chardonnay, yes, sending all of that love. Um, cool. On deck, you know, I might do a poem. Still debating. Um, but definitely on deck we have something. I don't know what it is. But give maximum love for the next poet coming up to the slam. God damn, my hair is fucking up. I'm gonna give you this side because this is the non-fucked up side. Still serving looks. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up in the open mic. Give it up for Vaughn.
Hey, what's up, Oakland Slam? It's been a
What's
while,
up?
but great to be here and great to perform. I'm gonna do two pieces, and the DNC has been going on since yesterday, and they began yesterday with the preamble. So here's my version of the preamble. We the people, in order to form a more exclusive union, do hereby deny our unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our country will provide us with happiness. We have no need to speak freely, thus relinquish the First Amendment and strip the people of their voices. No need to brag about your freedoms. Allow our mainstream media cycle to echo your opinions and twist history. They will tell the world of our triumph, how America's silver spoon roads weave through great cities, and everybody is a star in their own reality shows of consumption. We are America the Great, a juggernaut of misconception, here to establish chaos, ensure domestic terrorism, neglect the general welfare of citizens, and restrict the blessings of liberty by capitalizing on your poverty. Do not ordain nor establish the status quo. This Constitution is a white-knuckled promise, a handshake with no relief, the lie used to ruse we the people into utter complacency. And that brings us to homophobia, the strength of man, epitomized in Denzel's one teardrop, glory be thy name, when one can fight with firm handshakes, eye contact, mellow voices, speaking only like men do. Procreate intelligences in asexual beings, being that Big Ben breathes the blood of mutilated worlds, so bald eagles should glide more humbly, but they want to be gods and exterminate nations. Humans struggle to be human. They be iron pink slips to carbon copy God for their files, study his works like levees breaking. Bombs burst over salted earth of Baghdad like rains of fire. Stars of David, Goliath is superpower. Samson has eagle eyes but hears no cries. Blind broken pillars break down ghettos, crucified to the flag. Doomed in Dachau domes, trapped like Truman in the world of male dictatorships. Salute monuments to their growing struggle with manhood. Erected skyscrapers scrape skies, see no sun, only reflection, see no suns, only soldiers, like Uncle Sam kills humans for loneliness. He must be homophobic as sapiens swing from the fibers of his beard by their necks, aching for anarchy to climb from his throat and get back their breaths. So fix your bayonet like the dick you rule by war. Good for nothing like innocent bodies don't remedy as collateral struggle with manhood. Alliteration, artillery, alchemy, Armageddon occurs shot after shot. Lasers lock on lobbying minds. So insecure guns gotta double as dick size, ill-equipped. So no trust in genius. Gotta conquer women with the penis. I mean this. One eye, third to me. I can't see straight. Effects from the mask is bait, emasculated. One whip struck back from 40 lashes, one tear drops. I don't understand the struggle in being human. Like bleeding nations isn't enough to fancy your addiction to hold Zeus's bolts like balls and impregnate death with civilian bodies at your mercy. You are no God. The divinity is minuscule, only mountainous minds may rule this world. Muscle means nothing, some say. Our arms are too short to box with God. I believe our minds are too complex to think like God. We are thinking too hard. We are simple beings, all born with Napoleon complexes, but being human isn't that complex. So live and stop playing Homo sapien phobic to your own humanity. Peace.
Hey, let me change the spotlight. Give it up for Vaughn. Okay, it's up to y'all. Should I do a poem? Yes.
Yes,
You don't count.
yes, come on.
That's not keep everybody all night. Colin, what poem should I do? I'm gonna do my light skinned nigga poem.
No, actually, I was gonna say, you know, that meeting with Marva was really great.
I've done that poem so much recently. Like,
okay. No, go
but
ahead.
one thing I haven't talked about is light skinned niggas. And Kamala Harris is Biden's VP pick. So,
Oh shit.
what better time to talk about it? A hood nigga's dissertation on colorism. Fuck your nuance. Some of y'all light-skinned niggas get on my goddamn nerves. Something about constantly needing validation from blackness while simultaneously distancing yourself from everything that reminds you of it screams, bitch, you can't actually sit with us. Like, it's hard to be seen when these Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rachel Dolezal ass bitches are taking up all the space, absorbing all the light, speaking with my voice while I disappear into the background of my own oppression, and you complain that you can't say nigga without your grandmother's racism threatening to crawl from your throat, while I don't know, an actual nigga, I'm too busy dying on your mismatched tongue. And if Jesus is in fact the black man, he must be a light-skinned nigga too, because that's just like y'all, to be evidence and instrument of death and still be praised, still be worn around a white man's neck, a symbol of peace or diversity. We niggas will be the first ones to pray for you, but the last ones to be in your prayers. You say, God bless the white man, God bless the wolf, God bless the sheep's clothing, but never the niggas, never the herd, never the skin you strip bare off our bones just to prove that you belong here. You got the acting skills of a middle school play. Wow. You shuck and jive and then call it code switching. You fuck a white man and say hashtag goals, hashtag post-racial America, hashtag I am the poster child for what we all expect niggas to be, and it must be so nice to look so much like the oppressor you forget about the noose waiting for you around the corner. You ungrateful ass house niggas. You forget the fields that birthed you. Forget the master still make you sleep in the barn when you done riding his dick like that. Still growl a hard R between his teeth just to taste your blood between them. You forget. Your grandparents were on two different ends of the fire hose. Two different sides of the sit-in. Sides of a history you claim to know so well. You flip-flop motherfuckers. You unreliable assholes. You chocolate and vanilla swirl face niggas. Do you know how quickly they will come for you? How they will sell a black body just to make a fast dollar. Whiteness is taken just as easy as it's given just as easy as you pass out black cards. Let your white friends say nigga. Allow them access to a violence they already know so well. Violence that fits perfectly within the palms of their hands. So when they come for us with their rope and their fire and their metal and our bones, when they chant our names like a death song in the streets, when the ground opens up to swallow us real niggas whole, they will come for your blood next. But when you call to us for help, we will remember exactly where you stood before the ashes fell. We will remind you where you were when we needed you the most. Thank you. And remember, not all skin folk is kinfolk.
Yo, that was fire! That was fire!
What? Oh my God. Please don't tell Kamala Harris that I said all that, you know. She's from the Bay. That's where she got her political and legal career started, was in Oakland and San Francisco. So she will definitely get my Black ass locked up, just like she did a lot of my friends and family during her tenure as district attorney. She said, and attorney general. But yeah, I'm not here to talk about politics because no politics care about Black people, and therefore I don't care about no politics. To be honest. However, you know, vote for who you believe in, vote for what you want, or don't. It's a free goddamn country. And you have every right to exercise your rights or not exercise your rights. Do what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do because I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, but yes, if you like anything that you heard tonight, you can catch us right back here tomorrow for the Berkeley Poetry Slam featuring Daniel, who, oh my God, like, if you don't know who Daniel is, like, first of all, I'm sorry, like, you just don't know who you're missing. You done goofed. You done goofed. You are a goofy goober, yeah. And not like the rock version, like the goofy version. You probably go to poetry. If you don't know who Daniel is, you probably go to Poetry Slams at Weenie Hut Jr. But I had to keep with the SpongeBob reference.
Not Weenie Hut Jr.
Yep. And if you're not ready for Daniel's feature is going to send you to Weenie Hut General. So just get good, get ready, pin your edges, because we're going to be right back here tomorrow for the Berkeley Poetry Slam featuring Daniel. Our sign-up list is up. If you check our page, the Berkeley Poetry Slam, you can sign up. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. So remember that you are not only loved, but you are cherished, not necessarily by me, but by somebody. We will see you tomorrow. Take the street down. And they say it's because of you. Okay, I think